Hello, this is Brenda Mailer here with Sea Bright Spirit. I wanted to share with you this week a practice for self-care, self-love. It's a few days before Valentine's Day, and the theme in February is often about how are we taking care of ourselves. So I thought it would be nice to share just a little practice to help you tune in, help you check in, notice how you're feeling, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. So if you have your mat ready, roll it out. If you have a couple of blocks handy, that's great. If not, that's okay. Just be sure to take care of your body and move as your body needs. And that really being a theme of this practice of noticing what we need versus what we want. Sometimes they contradict. So when we can really tap into those things that we need, physically, emotionally, mentally, in our environment, all those different aspects, then we can really begin to make decisions that honor ourselves, that serve our highest good. So yeah, just take your time, enjoy the movement, the practice, and the time of checking in and taking care of yourself. So let's start with a little bit of centering, and then we'll move down onto our mats and lie in Shavasana, okay? So start by closing your eyes, finding a comfortable seat. And just begin to notice your breath. Notice if there's any thoughts roaming through your mind today. And if they are, maybe just checking in as to what those thoughts are about. Can you set them to the side? Is this something that you need to process within yourself? And then noticing how you're feeling emotionally. If you feel content, peace, is there anything stirring, any anxiety or worries, stress? Just take a moment to acknowledge. You might notice a little in your breath, a reflection of how you're feeling mentally, emotionally. Whatever's present often reflects itself in the flow of our breathing. So just notice if it's short, deep, lots of sound, or if it's quiet. Your awareness into your physical body, just scanning. If you notice any tension or tightness at anywhere in your body, the face, the shoulders, the back, the hips. And as you begin to check into that physical awareness, combined with the mental and emotional awareness, you might begin to notice what you need in your practice today, in your life. And if you don't, that's okay. Just begin to invite in that awareness. Allow it to perhaps show up as you take this time to show up to yourself. And just bring your hands into your heart for just a moment to help connect inward a little bit more. And perhaps you notice an intention arising within yourself. What would serve you the most for this practice today, or whatever you need in your life right now? Again, noticing if it's a want and shifting your awareness more into the need. Perhaps you need peace, love, stability, security. Whatever that is for you, just take a moment to acknowledge and bring it into your practice. And once you feel set with that sankalpa, that intention, bring yourself down onto your mat and lie down in Shavasana. So I like to sometimes start in a lying down position, either on the back or on the front, and just placing your hands over your belly. Feel the support of the floor beneath your back. And really connect to your breath here. Feel the physical rise and fall of your abdomen. As your breath draws in, the abdomen rises as the lungs fill. And as you breathe out, the abdomen falls as the breath releases from the lungs. And it's a grounding way to check in. Noticing how this feels to just lie down for a moment. Deepen the breath slightly, allowing a little bit more breath to draw in. And release the breath slowly, mindfully, with care. Really ground your awareness in this breath, how it's flowing, and use it as your point of reference as you move through your practice to notice, am I following my needs? When we're following our needs, our breath can move more fluidly. So take time to notice. And when you're ready, take your arms up overhead and stretch the body out. Fingertips to toes, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just relax your body. Let your arms bend a little bit so your shoulders feel comfortable. Take another deep inhale, stretching. And exhale, just release. Let the body soften into the support of the floor. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling, a big sigh out. And letting your breath again flow diaphragmatically. And then bring your hands straight up in the air. Just circle your wrists around a few times. Open up those joints. You take the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, bring them back down alongside your body. Inhaling up. Exhaling back beside. Move with your breath. One more time. Good. And then bring your feet flat on your mat. Take your left foot up in the air. Just circle that ankle. Both directions. Pull your toes towards your face. Point and flex a few times. Just notice all those sensations down your leg. And then keep your leg nice and steady here. Draw the toes towards your face, and just sweep that foot around in a few nice big circles, noticing the knee joint, the hip, and then the other direction. Good. Draw that knee in and begin to circle the knee around, warming up your hip joint. Notice your breath. Take care of any sensations in your hip joint here. If there's any popping, maybe just adjust the circle slightly. Make sure there's no pain or discomfort. Just warming up that joint, finding that movement. And then draw that knee into your chest. Stretch the other leg out along the floor and breathe deeply into your hips. Flex both feet to feel a little bit of energized through your legs. And then find a deep, full breath here. And then place that foot on the floor. Take the right leg up into the air, circle the ankle joint, moving both ways. Draw the toes to the face, point. And then keeping that thigh nice and steady, take that foot around in some circles, so warming up the knee joint, and a little bit of rotation in your hip. Move the other direction. Connecting to your breath still. And then moving just the knee to warm up the hip joint. And again, both directions. Draw that knee into your chest, stretch the other leg out along the floor. Breathe deeply into your hips here a few times, flexing both feet. And then place both feet flat on the floor. Now, if you do have a block nearby, grab the block and place it just between your thighs so you can feel it on your inner thighs, not on the knees. Bringing awareness into our pelvis. So this is really important, especially when it comes to our self-care. We store a lot of emotional energy in our pelvis. So bringing awareness and creating a container of strength there can be really helpful and really important in our lives. So as you inhale, just let the pelvis relax a little bit. And as you exhale, just gently squeeze the block and engage the low belly, pressing the low back to the floor. Inhale, relax. And exhale, just draw in that low belly, bringing your awareness right down into the pelvis. Move with your breath. And just notice how this feels to rock the pelvis back and forth. To bring your awareness and your breath down into this sacral space. And one more. Then place your hands just beside you on the mat. As you inhale, squeeze the block and lift the hips up. Exhale, drop them down. Relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, drop it down. Notice the movement through the pelvis, the effort through the glutes. Relax. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes and lift up, really lifting the hips as high as they'll come. Exhale, coming down. We'll do one more, relax, take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the block, press the feet into the floor, lift the hips up into the air, reaching up with the pelvis, engaging through the back of the body, breathe here. And then slowly release the hips back to the floor. Remove the block. Take your knees wide on your mat and just roll the knees side to side. Just release any tension here. Notice how the pelvis is feeling. Notice how your lower belly is feeling, your hips, your legs. Connect to your breath. And then find some stillness. Take the legs long again for a moment and just notice how you're feeling. And then when you're ready, turn over onto your side and come up to all fours. So bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, let your tailbone rise, let the belly drop, and then slowly lift the crown of your head into cow pose. Exhale, draw the low belly in, round through the spine, open the shoulders, drop the head into cat, and then sink your hips back to your heels for a moment and just take a breath here. Inhale, slowly bring yourself back up to table. Take the tailbone up, the crown lifts. Curl the toes under, lift your hips up, come into a bit of a plank pose. You might need to scoot your feet down a little bit. And then lift the hips up, bend your knees, find length through the spine, really lifting the tailbone up. Take a deep breath there, and then slowly begin to walk the heels towards the floor one by one, trying to retain that length through the spine here. So the tailbone to the hands, nice and long. Work with your body. And then maybe both heels reach a little bit back as you lift the tailbone up and draw the armpits down towards the mat. Take a deep breath. Notice how you're feeling. And then drop your knees back to the floor. Let's do that little sequence one more time. So inhale, cow, exhaling cat. Sink your hips back to your heels. Come into child's. Take a deep breath. And then inhale, come back up into table. Inhale, cow, exhale, plank, and then downward dog. Connect to your breath here, feel your body. Move your body as it needs to. Really notice. Good. Then let's bring our right foot up between our hands. Grab some blocks if you have them there. And lift the upper body up a little bit. Press into both feet. So feel this front foot pressing into the floor and letting those hips lean towards that front foot. Take a deep breath here. And then lifting the upper body up onto the knee. Bring your hands into your heart. Interlace your fingers and point your index finger. Hold them in the heart as you still press into that front foot. And then when you're ready, take the arms up. Come into a little bit of a crescent lunge here. And connect to your breath. Notice how you're feeling, both physically, emotionally, what thoughts are running through your mind. And inhale, and as you exhale, bring the hands back down to your blocks. leaning the hips forward a little bit, pressing into that front foot. Lift the blocks a little bit higher if you have them, or if your hands are just on the floor, that's okay. Lift up the back knee and come into a high lunge. Really reach that back heel back and feel that length from the crown all the way to that back foot. From here, drop your back heel to the floor a little bit. So if you look at your feet, they should be a bit on a balance beam. Right. Bring your right elbow to your right knee, or sorry, this might be your left if you're looking depending. And then take your other arm and just reach it right up along a nice angle. It can go straight up to the ceiling as well if that feels good. Just feel like you're really opening this shoulder towards the ceiling. Keep pressing into that front foot and make sure that the knee is over the ankle. Now connect to your breath. Notice the inner strength it takes to be here, but listen to what your body needs. Adjust yourself accordingly. Use a block if you want. Maybe lift yourself up a little bit higher. Notice what works for you. Good. Now press yourself all the way up. Straighten the leg. Great. Take the arms out to the side. Let's lift the right arm up and take it straight up into the air, really lengthening through, again, that might be your left, really lengthening through that side of your body. Good. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, really lean over that front leg. Reach the hand forward. Create a little length in the body here, and then slowly bring that arm down wherever it wants to hang out. You might be on a block, hi Bella. And then lift the other arm up into the air. Good girl, Bells. Good. So a triangle pose here. Really pay attention to this front knee. Make sure that the knee isn't hyperextending. It should have just a slight bend in it. And then really opening up through that other side towards the ceiling. Deep breath. And exhale, come back up. Good. Now let's bring ourselves back down to the mat. So bend the back knee, drop it to the floor. Set the blocks out to the side. And then bring that leg back. Let's come into a plank pose for a moment. Feel a little bit of fire in the belly. Strength down through the hands, reaching back through the heels. Deep breath in. Good. And then lift your hips up, bend your knees, find your downward dog. Good. Now we'll do the other side. So bring the opposite foot in front. Good. Press into that foot. Bring your blocks underneath you. Lift up through the heart. Close your eyes for a moment and just connect to your body. What sensations are you experiencing? Now bring your hands up to your knee. Bring your hands interlaced, point the index finger, coming into the crescent lunge here, lifting the arms up, relaxing through the shoulders, and keep pressing into the feet so you can feel that action through your legs with stability and really building strength through the pelvic center, down the legs. To support you in your life, notice how this feels. Feel that support. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bring your hands back down. grab your blocks if you have them, or if you're just working on the floor, that's okay. Come into that high lunge. Now bring your elbow to your knee, drop the back foot to the floor, and again, the same thing. We're just going to take that opposite arm straight up to the ceiling, or a little bit in the side angle. Really just opening that shoulder towards the ceiling. Make sure your knee is over top of your ankle. Good, and then slowly press into that leg. Take the opposite arm straight up into the air, really lengthening through that side of your body. Deep breath. And then shifting into triangle, take that arm straight over top of that leg, really reaching, creating that length through the underside of your body. Bring that arm down just to wherever it lands, and then open the opposite arm towards the ceiling. Reach that hand up and come into your triangle pose. Connect to your breath here. Really notice how your body's feeling. Feel that lengthening through the hamstring. The whole body is part of this pose, so really connect to that. And then bend the front knee and slowly lift yourself back up. Bring yourself down, grab the blocks, bend the back knee, drop it to the floor. Set the blocks out in front of you and bring that leg back. Coming into plank again, you can always do this from your knees or from your toes. Really connect to the strength in your core. Find your breath. Now, drop your left knee to the floor. Place your right foot right in behind that foot. So you're creating a line all the way down this side of your body. From there, open yourself up into side plank. Press down through that right foot back on the floor, and then maybe lift the other leg and come into a nice long line here. So really notice that heart expansion. You can always keep the knee on the floor and just really focus on that expansion between the arms, that core strength, really taking care of yourself here. Always adjusting for what you need. Let your breath move smoothly with depth. And then bring that knee back to the floor, bring that hand down. Doing the other side. Knee, foot reaches out behind that leg. Maybe just opening the arms up there, or if you want, bring the foot and cross it over the other foot. And really, again, connect to your breath here. Take care of yourself. Make sure your wrists feel okay. Good, and then bringing the knee back to the floor. Bring that hand down. Okay, now let's just come into child's pose for a moment. That's a lot of effort. Circle the wrists a little bit, let go of some of that tension in there, and just bring your forehead down to the mat. Let your elbows rest, and let your breath slowly smooth out. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Check in with your intention. How is it cultivating? In your own time, slowly bring your hands back towards your knees. Bring your legs together and bring yourself up onto your knees. So let's do a camel pose, just to really feel some of that back strength here. If you haven't got the blocks, again, you can always grab the blocks and just put them back by your ankles, okay? But a few different options to come into this pose. So starting with just placing your hands at your low back, so right on your sacrum. Lift up through the crown of your head and gaze straight forward. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just shift the hips forward and kind of feel that heart opening. Draw the elbows towards one another and engage a little bit through the pelvis. So if you want to be strong through this core, so you're really supporting your low back as well. Good, so this might be a great place to just stay. You can keep your gaze up a little bit if you want. Try to be gentle with the neck if the head is heavy, just keep the chin tucked. Now if you want, you can grab for the blocks and maybe come back a little bit farther. Really open up, draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Or if you've really got a lot of flexibility through your back, you can actually reach for your heels. So just notice what works for you. We really want to find that long line and that curve through the belly and the heart center. You really want to feel that strength through your back and the heart opening. Connect to your breath. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Okay, keep your spine nice and long here. Just sit back on your heels. Bring your left arm over to your right leg. If you have block, you can always place it back there for a little bit easier to reach. And place that back hand just on that block. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, just twist your body. Using this as just a little bit of leverage, but really use the core muscles to twist. Close your eyes. Really connect to your body here. If this is hard on your knees, you can put a blanket or something between your buttocks and your heels. Or you can even do this by sitting up on your knees as well and just holding on to your hips. So again, notice what you need. Take care of yourself. Good, and then inhale, lengthen, slowly untwist the body. Bring the opposite hand over to the opposite thigh. Make sure you've got that support behind you if you have it available. Bring that other arm behind, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, twist to the left. Keep the breath deep and smooth. Feel your body twisting. And that little bit of resistance in the body as you inhale. And as you exhale, maybe the body twists just a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, untwist the body. Good. Now let's do a little pigeon pose to kind of turn our awareness a little bit inward as we move towards the closing of the practice. So take your hands forward, bring your knees back just a little bit. Take your left leg and reach the knee through so that it comes right up to between your hands. Now your foot can go straight back underneath that leg, or it can cross a little bit underneath the body, okay? Just make sure there's no discomfort in the foot, the knee, or any other area of your body. From there, take the right leg straight back. Really lift up through your heart. Feel the hips and shoulders nice and square. If you need a block underneath your hip, you can always place a block underneath for a little added support. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, let your elbows come down to the floor. You can always grab a block, just rest your forehead on if that feels good. Feel length through your spine, crown to toes, and just turn your awareness inward. Feel your body. Be aware of where the mind wanders. One more deep breath. Feel that breath reach right back into your pelvis. Feel softening within your heart space. And then slowly lift your head back up. Bring your hands back underneath. Curl the toes under the back can be helpful to just bring that leg back. Stretch that leg out. Good. And then bring it back to the floor. Take the opposite leg forward between the hands. Again, finding that position for your foot. Making sure that the knee and the ankle are comfortable. Squaring the shoulders and hips. Again, using a block if you need to underneath of your hip. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale, bring your elbows to the floor. Grab a support for your head. Stack your fists if you need to, if that feels okay. Whatever works for you to feel that inward turning as your body settles into this posture. So really let your awareness be in your body, checking in, noticing how you're feeling, adjusting your body accordingly, and letting your thoughts support you. Let your thoughts encourage you. Couple more deep breaths. And then slowly inhale, lift up the head, walk the hands back. Turn the back toes under, bring that leg back to meet the other one. Stretch it out for a moment. And then bring it back underneath. Good. Now turn around and come onto your back. Grab one of your blocks and lift up your hips and place it right underneath your hips. So make sure it's not on your spine. It's just on that hip crest. And then open your arms, let your palms open. Your knees can fall inward towards one another. You can also stretch them out on the floor if that feels okay for you. Just make sure there's no discomfort in the low back. And then just allow yourself to settle here, to feel the support of the block, the support of the floor beneath you, the openness through your heart, releasing effort and finding ease. Let your breath begin to slow, to smooth out. And really just notice your breathing. What is it like now? Do you feel more centered in your mind? Do you feel more peaceful, calm in your body? Be aware. If your legs are stretched out, bring them back underneath or bring your feet flat on the floor. Lift up your hips, remove the block, and transition yourself down, lowering the hips, stretching the feet back out, letting the arms open, letting the legs and the arms spread from the body, really taking up space here. Allowing yourself to take up space in this moment, your right to be here, your right to relax, to receive. Letting your breath find its own natural pace, its ease, its comfort. Letting your body settle into the support of the floor. Now mindfully move through a relaxation. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Connect to this space in your body. Soften your face, your eyebrows, your jaw, and bring your awareness to the center of your mind. Clear away distraction and be present to this experience. Move your awareness to your throat center, the space of clear communication, expression. Feel your shoulder blades resting on the floor and bring your awareness to your shoulder joints. Move down your arms through your elbows, down the forearms to your wrists, and bring your awareness to the palms of your hands. Letting your hands be at ease, bring your awareness back to your wrists, through your elbows, your shoulders, and returning to the throat center. Both arms relaxed. Move your awareness to your heart space, the lungs hugging the heart with each breath. And then move your awareness down into your solar plexus, just above the navel. Feel the belly rise and fall with breath. And moving down into the sacral area, your pelvis. What is that awareness like now in this space? Moving into your hips, all efforts released. Your hips just relax into the support of the floor. Moving down your legs, through your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, and all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Feel the tips of your toes. And then leaving your feet relaxed. Draw your awareness to your ankles, your calves, your knees. Returning up your thighs and into the hip joints. Leaving your legs peaceful and at ease. And then bringing your awareness to your sacrum, resting on the floor. Drawing your awareness up along your spine through the vertebrae. Feeling the back of your heart, support of the floor. And returning your awareness up to the neck, feeling that connection between the head and the neck. And your head resting on the floor. Return your awareness to your crown. And then sense your whole body. Your whole body receiving each nourishing breath. Releasing and cleansing anything that you no longer need with each exhale. Allow yourself to receive. Watch your breath. Noticing your own state of mind, your state of presence. Mentally, emotionally, physically, everything connected. And deepen the breath. Allow the breath to reawaken your body. Slowly moving your fingers and your toes. And perhaps it might feel good to stretch or just roll over onto your side. Support your head for a moment and reflect here with how you're feeling, how you've supported yourself through this practice today, and how this practice and your attention here can support you in your life. And then when you're ready, come back up to your seat. Close your eyes for a moment. Rest your hands on your thighs. Sit tall and let your breath find its own natural pace. Feel the inhale and the exhale gently flowing through your body. Without control now, but with ease and mindful attention. As you breathe in, inviting in self-love, self-care, compassion. And as you breathe out, letting go of thoughts, distractions that no longer serve you. Releasing the worries, the anxiety. As you inhale, breathing in trust, faith in yourself, knowing that you have all you need each and every moment to take care of yourself. And rest your awareness within your inner peace with this trust. Bring your hands into your heart. Connecting to your heart space. Honoring yourself for taking this time today. For showing up. Thanking mind, body, and spirit. And I thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste. So I hope this practice felt nourishing on many levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Take some time to reflect on what you needed and how you can integrate your needs into your life, how you can ask for what you need, how you can take action towards your needs, and honor yourself wholly and completely. So thank you again for spending your time here with me today, and many blessings. If you feel like you'd like to reach out, please contact me anytime, Brenda at seabrightspirit.ca. Much love.